Hey Jen, what brings you in today?
Something's going on in the back of my mouth. I've got a toothache. It hurts really bad. I think it might be infected.
Alright, yeah, looks like you might have a cavity back there. Have you been brushing, Jen?
Yeah, I've been pretty much doing the same thing that I always do.
But did you floss though?
Same thing I've always done, yeah. Nothing has changed really.
Have you been doing a lot of partying?
No.
Drinking a lot of sugary stuff?
I have the same diet. Literally nothing has changed since I was here 6 months ago.
Yeah, I don't think that it happens quite like that. We're gonna go ahead and treat that for you. Gonna do a bunch of stuff, this thing and that thing and this thing and that thing, and it's gonna be about $2,500.
I don't have $2,500.
I don't know what to tell you. You should have taken better care of your teeth.
I see you every 6 months.
But do you though?
It's I mean, I'm not trying to make light of it because it's so messed up, but that is literally what it looks like to us. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. I get it. I know that over the years that I've been doing this, there have been people that are way smarter than me looking on and just like, oh my God, poor thing. And that's fine. I'm not that smart when it comes to dentistry and things like that. I am curious and I am relentless. I don't stop. It's so validating to talk to other people who have gone through that when, you know, you're invalidated by somebody who should listen to you and take you seriously. And like when you're told that it's your fault, how do you even like challenge that? How do you argue your case against somebody who's clearly a lot more educated than you, has access to way more information than you do? I just imagine it like this. Like I imagine there's a bunch of pictures on my wall and every night at 9 o'clock, these pictures just fly off the wall at random. Totally a poltergeist. I've seen the movie. I know exactly what that is. That's poltergeist. This is happening. I am experiencing this and I get a bunch of different professionals out here to investigate, and because they can't determine the cause, because they don't know what's going on, they default to what their knowledge base tells them. And sometimes that knowledge base doesn't fully explain the situation. It reminds me of how women were treated back in the day for all kinds of stuff, like crazy stuff. But like, let's just use postpartum depression as an example. The expectation is that as a mom, like when you bring your baby home from the hospital, your motherly instinct kicks in and you just want to love on and nurture that baby. If it doesn't fall into that mold, you have deviated from the expectation. Back in the day, it was considered a type of psychosis and women were legit put away for stuff like that. Enough women have came together and said, no, this is actually happening. This is a problem. And I don't want to feel this way, but I feel like I have no control over what I'm experiencing right now. And then we determined the hormones play a role. They could develop like a chemical imbalance and it's postpartum depression. And it's oftentimes treatable with medication and different types of therapies. So as it stands, there's a portion of the population that deals with cavities, tooth loss, periodontal disease. And before recording this video, I tried to get just like a ballpark figure of how much money funds clinical research when it comes to cavities and tooth loss and periodontal disease and things that lead people to lose their teeth and end up with dentures and things like that. And I couldn't find it. Maybe they didn't have enough funding to actually list it on the website. I'm just saying. It seems that it's just not properly funded. And so a lot of people's experiences are invalidated and they're basically made to feel like they're crazy. When it gets to the point of no return, when they do end up having to lose their teeth, they're slapped even harder when they're told, okay, you know, you're gonna have to get dentures. And a lot of dentists will tell them straight up, like, you're never gonna be able to function properly with these. You need implants. Oh, okay. Well, how much is that gonna cost? $50,000, $60,000. Like, go get a second mortgage because dental insurance is a joke. How is that okay? You know, and I can't, I know I'm not the only one. And I know it's not just patients that are seeing this. I know for a fact that there are dentists out there that recognize this problem. As a matter of fact, in all my internet research, I came across an article from I think it was the National Health Administration's Journal of Ethics or something like that. And it was kind of getting into a whole backstory of like how dentistry branched off on its own and became its own separate entity from the medical field, and how insurance did the same. It kind of like went its separate ways. And the article, I'll try to find the link and I'll post it in the description. It's really interesting to read. A lot of stuff's over my head, but it's cool. Like, I'm used to that. It was explaining that from a point of view that, you know, it's not a good idea to keep it separate from the medical field. And that when medical students are in school and they're like studying anatomy, they don't even study the anatomy of the teeth in great detail. And it's just, are we doing that still? I'm sharing this to, number one, try to get some of you to share your experience. Share, what has the dentist told you? If you are one of those people that took meticulous care of your teeth and did go to the dentist every 6 months like you're supposed to, got regular checkups and professional cleanings and things like that, but still went on to lose your teeth and then were accused of not maintaining proper oral hygiene, leave it in the comment section below. From the messages that I get, that actually is a lot more common than we're made to believe. I'm not questioning what dentists should charge for their services at all, because I don't feel like that's my place to do that. I'm not a dentist, and unless I go and put myself through dental school and take all of the steps that they took to get to where they're at, then I have no room to be talking about that. You know, that's just the way that I feel about it, honestly. So that's not the issue that I have. The issue that I have is that oral health is not taken seriously. It's not considered medically necessary when there has been enough research to determine that it is medically necessary. It does impact overall health. I'm saying that it doesn't appear that dentistry even gets enough funding to determine what's causing people to lose their teeth. Patients are still being accused of not maintaining proper hygiene and taking preventative measures, and after they're blamed for causing their problems, they're further insulted by being hit with a treatment plan that they can't afford because dental insurance is a joke. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Those are the issues that I have, and that's the hard questions that people need to be asking and discussing and trying to make some progress in that area. And this video is not directed towards the sharks in dentistry, like the ones that are all about their marketing strategy and don't really care if they're brushing up on their skills or not. I'm talking about like the ones that nerd out over dentistry, that are just so passionate about their job and what they do that they get excited when there's any kind of breakthrough in dentistry or advancement in technology, and they're very much interested in being involved in that, and they're interested so much that they like to watch videos like this. I know that some of you out there are dentists that are watching this, or hygienists, like, and I totally appreciate that. You guys are awesome for taking the time out of your day to hear what a patient feels about this, because I think that that's important. If I provide a service to people, I absolutely want to hear back from my clients. I want to know what they think, because that is going to help me improve what I do. I don't think that there's one way to answer the question of why did I lose all of my teeth. I was talking to my husband earlier, and you know, pretty much the same thing as me and my sister, how we grew up in the same house. Him and his brother grew up in the same house with the same access to dental care and the same cleaning routines and the same diet and all of that, and yet his brother really struggled with tooth decay and had to dump a lot of money into getting that treated. Whereas my husband, just recently in his late 30s, he's 40 now, but in his late 30s, he was finally diagnosed with a cavity, his first cavity. And how are dentists not recognizing that? Two people under the same exact conditions can have wildly different outcomes for what's going on in their mouth. And if there's any professionals out there that would like to chime in, please don't feel out of place. Please feel welcome here. If anybody attacks you, I will delete their comment and block them. That is not productive to any of this at all. I encourage you, if you are a dentist, a prosthodontist, an orthodontist, a hygienist, or even a lab technician, whatever your specialty is, please, if you've got access to information that we don't have, enlighten us. Answer some of these questions. And I'm thankful for social media in that we can have these discussions now, whereas before, I'm old enough to remember that time, it was just go to the dentist, quickly get treated, and go. There was not really many opportunities, unless you knew a dentist personally, to have these talks and to educate yourself and to understand. That's my rant for today. I'm stepping off of my soapbox. If you enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you could support my attempt at educating. I don't know if you'd call it that, but support my support of other people who are going through stuff like this. And you guys take care, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next time. Say bye-bye. You gotta go, you're loud.